All the content contained in this webcast is for informational purposes only. The investments and strategies contained in this webcast may not be suitable for you. Please consult your own independent financial advisor before making any investment or trading decisions. Good morning, traders and investors around the world, and welcome to Tuesday's edition of premarketinfo.com, where we prepare you for the most important hour of the day, the first hour. Well, good morning to you, Dennis. It looks like we're not getting a lot of follow through on the Warren Buffett rally from yesterday.
Pulling back a bit. We were down a lot more though about an hour ago. We got down to 1356 and a half. Joel, he's bouncing off that, just above that support area that we've been talking about, that 1352 to 1354 area. So I don't know until I can take that out. Maybe you just gotta play it from the bouncing. I'm not sure.
Yep, the 1352.50. That was the April 10th low. We did slice through that Sunday night on the France news, but that's still the area, Dennis. 1356 is held. 1354 was a low that we had at the end of April. So we're holding above the support, but you know what happens when it goes down there for the third or fourth time. On the upside, Dennis, we're only 3 points, 2 3/4 points away from the close. Got to get above the close, and of course the Globex high, 1368. Got a lot of stocks in the news here. McDonald's, Dennis, I guess they're not selling as many Big Macs and Quarter Pounders.
Same store sales came out just a few minutes ago. It's trading $93 right here, Joel. 95.50 is where it closed, so the stock's getting beat up pretty good. They missed with their same store sales. I got to go out to the weeklies here. Obviously, we've cut through that 94 area support where that double bottom was. Really, after that, you can look. There was a low that we made it, and that's getting down there a ways, 91.22. I don't know if that's going to come into play, but that was your October low. You got anything closer, Joel?
Yeah, Dennis. You got this gappy area here that we're currently trading in. 93.07 was the low back on November 28th. You see that,
Yeah,
Dennis?
yeah, I got that one.
And now we've always talked about gaps in stocks, and now it looks like it's kind of going to fill in this 92 to 94 area. Of course, Mickey D's being down 2.5 points on only 76,000 shares, Dennis. I mean, it's not a heck of a lot of volume for a stock that trades, several million during the day. But looking at the pre-market, Dennis, we are really not getting much of a bounce. We've hit 92.83. We don't have a bounce yet or consolidation, but I'd keep an eye on this 92.83 area, as well as 91.80, which was the low on November 25th. But in a big, thick stock like this, Dennis, how many times do you see these 2.5 point, they open down and then, rally back and then just meander lower, over the next few days?
Yeah, usually there's some capitulatory bottom off, and even in the pre-market, and then it'll bounce a buck and kind of just hang out there. It's just a matter of where that bounce actually occurs. So it's starting to consolidate a bit here, Joel, in the last maybe 5 minutes. It's trading these low 93s, but we'll have to see where it opens at in the regular session. Lots of other movers though too, Joel. We got AIG, which was in the news obviously there yesterday. We talked about. I'll just switch it back to daily to get you a little better chart. 30.5 was that offering price from the Treasury, where they're going to be selling their shares. Well, they're coming out. They're saying, well, the Treasury is going to make money on this stock. And then you had Whitney Tilson there last night on CNBC saying that he thinks this is a buy, and that it's his fourth largest position. People like to listen to him, obviously. And the stock's popping a little bit further on that. It's up 50 cents here today, Joel.
Yeah, there was it was trading monster volume on at that 30-50 level, and you got to figure a lot of times too, Dennis. When they want to sell those amount of stocks in a secondary, I mean they have to price it where people are going to buy it.
Well,
I mean, obviously,
yeah.
if they price it too high, then the street's going to run from it. But obviously, all that volume that was trading in the pre-market, I thought we saw at least 20-25 million trading in that 30-50 level. And actually, Dennis, if you look at it, I mean, it did not get much below that 30-46 level. 30-50 was the offering price, and that's really didn't get much lower than that at all during the session. So
Yeah.
that was good swing number.
It opened right there and just went straight up. I kind of thought, that would be a magnet and maybe it would trade there for a few days. It's just bounced right off that area. Obviously, that trade's not working. You always need to, be aware if the trade's not working, you need to get out. I think, if it pulls back now, you're probably going to find buyers here, and it's probably going to have great support down there at that 30.50, but I doubt that area comes into play now, especially since you're getting some analysts now jumping on the bandwagon here for the stock. We should talk about Apple. Before we go into the other movers here. Apple did bounce again yesterday. Didn't take out that low that we were talking about, the 555 area, and only got down to 561. Kind of the chart was interesting. I'll try to bring you up a daily from yesterday. It opened up, it rallied straight up, and then it bounced back and got almost to where the opening price was, found some support there, we kind of triple bottom, and then it rallied straight up again, and it is up this morning here, Apple, another 50 cents. What's your take here, Joel?
Well, you're looking at this. I mean, I guess you could draw a trend line off that 618 high here, Dennis, and it looks like it's trying to scrape and get above that. I'd keep an eye on 572.77, Dennis. That was the high back on Monday. Friday's high is quite a bit above that at 578.36. So I would use that 572.77 level. I mean, if you're shorting, if it blows through there, I don't think you're going to get the same kind of up moves that you got before, because there are people now that are actually trying to sell this stock on rallies instead of just trying to buy and go with the momentum. So it's going to be a tricky area between 572.77 and 578.36. What I would use as a swing number, though, is 567.83. I would, if it broke below there, I would not want to be long. I would look to the short if it broke through that level. And I don't know, Dennis. It still seems like 555 is where this thing wants to go.
I mean, 555 needs to hold. If it started trading below 555, I'd get real nervous on my longs. But you could make an argument, that we have bottomed, maybe just above that area. And, if it can hold that area and continue to rally here today, really I'd like to see, if you're going to be bullish this stock, I think you need to see a follow-through today where the stock pops another 6 or 7 points. If you don't get that, I'd probably get nervous. But it wouldn't surprise me. There was some people, obviously, thinking that this could take out this low there yesterday, which it didn't. And a lot of the market held its lows too. So it'll be interesting. You've got some key support areas here in a lot of stocks that the stocks need to hold. And the overall market, obviously, that 1352 area. Just moving on to some of our other movers here, though, Joel. Fossil, F-O-S-L. That stock came out with reported earnings there this morning. Lowered guidance. This thing is getting rocked. $29.77 a stock is down right now. It's trading $96. So basically, this stock is giving back almost its entire gains for the year here. It's had a heck of a run, while it opened the year, I guess, around 80, so it hasn't given it all back, but it's given a lot of it back today. I would have thought it stalled, and it did stall a little bit at 100, bounced a bit there, but now it's taking that level out too. If you go back to February, we had a low of 96.18. We're trading 96 right now, so we're right about there. But really, when a stock goes down 29 points, who knows where support is, Joel?
I agree with you on that 96.18 level. That was the February low. It's still a little bit early in the pre-market, Dennis, but we are getting some consolidation here at the $96 level. A lot of times when you see these huge moves down, you get a consolidation. I think it back to Google when it came out with its earnings. So, I mean, if you're shorting this thing at 96, I would use a real short leash on it. And if it can hold 96, probably might make a little bit lower low. Who knows how much lower, but use 96 as a swing number because, once again, Dennis, this is a gift for people that have been shorting this thing, since the beginning of the year. There's a lot of people underwater, and now here's a golden opportunity on 170,000 shares. You got a stock down $30. I mean, I'm not shorted, but if I was, I'd be looking at that 96 offer.
Let's give you one more level, too. If you go back there into earlier in the year, we had 3 or 4 bottoms between 89 and 90. So if the stock really continues to sell off mode, I mean, it's down $30, could fall another 5. It does take out this 96 area. I think $90. I think it could go to $90 if it starts really trading below this 96. So, and it is right now 95.40. As I continue to speak, maybe it'll get there right now, but $90, keep an eye on that level as well.
How about I take 100. You take 150 versus 90-50
Sure, I'll do it with you. We got a bet going on, Joel.
for
So
Labatt's Blue Light.
I'll up Pat's blue light. Okay. So if it trades 90-50, you owe me a nice shiny new nickel, and trades $100.50, then you got that level. So, yeah, I think it continues its momentum downward here, and it gets to this $90 area. So we got a bet going on. MAKO, Mako Surgical Corp. This stock is down 30%. Another disaster of the stock day. I don't even know what to say here. I think this was really unexpected. They obviously came out with earnings here. They weren't good at all. I don't think anybody thought it was going to get beat up this badly, but it is. I got to go to the weeklies on this one too to really find supports. Trading $29 right now. 30 area I thought might give a little support. Maybe use that for a swing number. There's great support down here at 25. That's $4 away. So if it really continues its momentum, it bottomed 25.01 and 25.30 back in late December. Also had a couple lows before that at 24.52 to 24.40. So I'm going to call that whole area $25, and I'll call that major support if it really continues its sell-off.
Wow, the stock's really getting carved up in the pre-market, Dennis.
Oh, it is, Joel.
Looking at the pre-market low, Dennis, we hit in this stock 28.82. Since we hit 28.82, there has been a lid on this stock at $31. Someone wants out very badly here at 31. So there's two good parameters to look at. Also getting really some nice consolidation here around the $29 level. Once again, Dennis, you have a stock trading down here 30%, 12 points, just a little over 100,000 shares. Which is pretty substantial value for this thing because they're looking for a couple days here. It trades under $1 million, but I would use that low of 28.12 in the pre-market as major support.
A couple other ones reporting here. EA, they reported actually last night as well, which is Electronic Arts. This is a level for you to keep an eye on. It's trading right there right now, too. You got the 52-week low at 14.48. It's trading 14.40 in the pre-market right now, so it is right there. If it starts to significantly cut through that level in the regular session, I would get real nervous to be long this thing. I don't like it when stocks are making new 52-week lows, but you might have to wait till the regular session to really get, it is trading 8 cents through it right now, but, like Joel always says, the pre-market give you a little bit of indication, but the real players often come out, at 9:30. So see where it opens at 9:30. But if it doesn't bounce off out of this 14.40 area, I'd get real nervous on this one.
Can I do a little fundamental rant on this thing?
Go ahead.
I think these things are the stupidest things ever. Do you ever why would you sit around on a TV and try and hit something with a pad? I don't even know what these games are, or play football. Who wants to play these games on television, man? Get outside, do it yourself. It's just
that's a new world, Joel. New world.
I don't know, man.
Nobody leaves their home.
Their iPhones and I think that's what's wrong with this country. Okay, and the fact that this stock is going down is a good thing, Dennis. So I'm starting coverage with EA with a target of 0.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, this thing is. It's ridiculous, but. Shorter term, if it got down to 13.53, I might nibble on a long because that was a low in the pre-market. Made a couple lows between 13.53 and 13.70. We are substantially above that level. Probably even get a little bit of support at 14 as well. Coming back on the upside, 15, that's where major resistance has been coming since we've hit that low. So look for a range 13.50 to 15 up and down in EA.
HCN, which is healthcare. It's a healthcare REIT. It hasn't really traded at all here, but it did report earnings. So I just want to make our listeners aware of the one key resistance level here, Joel. If this thing goes in rally mode, it's a REIT, so it doesn't usually move around a heck of a lot. But if it did go into rally mode, 57.95 is a 52-week high. I think that level will be enormous. You got some support for us on this one if it does start to sell off?
Looks like 56, Dennis. 56 has held up over the last couple days. That was the low on Friday, 56. The low yesterday, 56.15. But Dennis, how's this related to the Aetnas, or is this a totally different sector?
Yeah, I think it's kind of not. Well, it's all healthcare, but this is like one of those healthcare REITs. I think it's more. Wow, you throw me under the bus on the thing, but
I'm
it's
sorry,
not
healthcare
directly.
REIT. I
We
mean,
are technical traders here, Joel. We don't always know our fundamentals.
they
So
take care of REITs. I'll tell you right now, if this stock takes out 56, I wouldn't want to be long it, Dennis. And then coming back on the upside, 57 looks like a real nice number. It snuck over 57 a couple times, but whatever way this goes, 56, 57, I think you got to go with it. And it sure looks like it wants to take out that 56.
I think we need to talk about the SPOOs here one more time here, Joe, before we wrap up the show, because we just fell another 5 points. We're down 7.5 here now. Was drifting down as we were doing the show. I'm not sure if there's news that just came out here or what the catalyst is for this newest down move, but we are approaching the lows here once again. 1358.5. What is your take here, Joel?
I just think that rally yesterday, basically, I mean, it just was such a stubborn rally, Dennis. I mean, the stocks went up, the SPOOs went up, but it was more people trying to sell. And I think when you trade as low as we did in the pre-market, 1342.50, I mean, no one pays attention to that. But Dennis, we had over a 25-point rally from that. That was a major rally yesterday. And people look, oh, the market was down 25. I don't look at it that way. I look as if the market had a major rally and stalled. So that 1368, which was the highs, just below Monday's high. And I said last night, I tweeted out a few times, I said, if this rally's for real, we should be trading above 1370. So I'm using this 1368, 1370 level. I'm moving that down from my magical 1400 number as major resistance, and it sure looks like that 1352.50 is going to fall today.
Yeah, it very well could. I think Joel's giving you some pretty good analysis here. Like, you always want to have a stop, so if you are going to try to short this thing here, use that 1368 or 1370 area as maybe your stop. If it starts to trade above there, admit you're wrong, get out of the trade. But 3-4 times, or eventually here, if we keep playing around with this level, eventually it probably does take it out. But until it does, maybe you wait to trade it through there. It's really and you can put on any trade as long as you know where your out is. So
and just to close, Dennis. I mean, investors get complacent, okay? Because they buy the dip. And then Warren gets on yesterday and says, he's spending $60 million in the market. And so everyone just thinks this thing's going to float back up to 1400 and they're going to be able to get out at 1400. But in reality, you have to use your resistance points in your stocks. If you can't get out your resistance point, then I urge our investors and traders to pick a point on the downside. Say, well, if I can't sell it on the upswing, I surely want out here. So that's our show for today, folks. Good luck trading, and we'll be back with you tomorrow.